Hey guys, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My name is The Lady Designer and welcome back to another exciting speed build video here at City Zoo. It's been over a year since our last City Zoo build and I can't even remember the last time we uploaded the sandbox speed build instead of a franchise mode video, so I'm definitely super excited about it. Now I must admit I might be a bit rusty with my voiceover today considering it's been quite a while and I always find it pretty difficult to talk over these speed build videos to keep it still interesting. So yeah, all I can say is I'm going to do my best to improve my voiceover skills and hopefully you will all enjoy this new Sandbox City Zoo speed build video. Obviously do let me know in the comments down below if you do, and make sure to leave a like at the video and to subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more Planet Zoo content. I definitely have you covered. So in this episode we are going to build a beautiful habitat for the adorable sand cat from the new Planet Zoo Arid Animal Pack. But before that, we're going to create a unique hexagon desert dome. Now, I couldn't have done this without the help of Zekin's fantastic tutorial, which I will link in the video description so you can all check it out as well if you want to. Now, building a hexagon dome was quite a challenge, but I'm super excited about the end result so far. It's like a refreshing change from all our usual designs, and it feels great to be back building domes again, doesn't it? Like, it's been a while, or at least it feels like it's been a while. I honestly can't even remember the last time that we built one. If you guys remember, do let me know in the comments down below. Like, after completing the glass hexagon roof, I had to ensure that the side walls and the airlock entrance were in place. So since this is a desert dome, I decided to use more of like the orange wall colors on the inside of the building to make it match like this whole desert theme that we're going for. Naturally, we want to make sure like the heat stays trapped within this desert dome as we are building in this temperate biome. So temperatures on the outside can vary a lot. So we want to make sure that it will stay warm and heated on the inside of this desert dome. Now, I do have to admit that the front of Zekin's hexagon dome building also really did help for great inspiration for the exterior design of this dome, but I had to be a little bit more creative. So to achieve like this round edge for the glass roof, I used like these plaster pieces, blocks to make it all look nice and like connect nicely together. Well, it's not perfect still, but it works and I'm very happy with the end result. So by creating one half first and duplicate it to the other side, we achieve like this symmetry to make everything look nice and clean on both sides so you don't have like any wonky curves or anything like that. And the glass additions on the side were also definitely inspired by Zekin's building, as I just really found it super good looking for all sides of the walls, so I definitely also took that inspiration from Zekin's building. Now, one thing I almost forgot about with building like these glass roofs is the shade they cast on the terrain. Like, that's the reason I used to avoid using too much glass with like these special edges or like any custom beams to create your own edges or like structures that would hold the glass roof. However, it does bring like this certain charm to the desert building and it's fun to create something different for a change again on the channel. So yeah, I'm definitely really excited about this new desert dome building. Now for the interior, I wanted to be a little bit more creative with the path. So I sketched out like a rough drawing with some pen and paper first to plan out the layout a little bit more. I thought it would be interesting to incorporate like this bridge crossing over another path in the middle of the dome to make things look a little bit more interesting. Also want to get a little bit more creative with like terraforming on the inside, so just to make sure that things would be a bit more bumpy and hilly instead of just keeping it all flat and only using rocks to create like these different height elevations. And obviously like in between all these paths and stuff, I will be decorating these open areas with like a lot of different desert rocks to give it that genuine desert vibe feeling when you walk around into this desert dome. Now at this point I hadn't fully decided on the design of the sandcat habitat just yet, at least. So I went pretty much with the flow and began by adding glass walls for the viewing galleries, and later I decorated like the edges with like natural rocks and faux rocks and like these stalagmite formations. I always forget the name of love these rocks for some reason. But yeah, it's to give like the habitat walls more of like this rock feeling to it. And also to give it that dry but still kind of wild look, I thought it would be cool to decorate the rock formations and walls with some roots and stuff. Because I don't know, I just really do love that vibe of the roots, and I think it does still make sense. Like, we're not going to make everything look super green. So yeah, using these roots on the rock walls definitely give a really nice vibe to these walls, and really happy with how this is looking so far. So the backside of the habitat will be covered with billboards displaying like these desert backgrounds of the in-game exhibits, like something we use a lot lately for a lot of the habitats that we built on the channel. So yeah, it's not really surprising, but if you're new to the channel and you want to use these yourself as well, you can download them from my Discord server using the link in the description of this video. But yeah, it definitely just gives that extra touch to the backsides instead of like maybe making it rocky or anything like that. So I do really like using these billboards nowadays. And on the opposite side of the viewing gallery, I'll be building some tiny wooden fences. Like, I came across this design in like different online pictures, and I had to search for the most suitable wooden beams for quite some time, but I'm super happy with the final result. So we did use like these wooden beams from the Africa pack, if you're wondering. But especially like with the little addition of the little ropes, giving the feeling that the ropes are pretty much holding the beams together on these fences. Yeah, it definitely does look super nice. Still giving a little bit of that rough feeling as well to the whole area. Now, I wanted the bridge to have a slightly rougher appearance, but was honestly a little bit too lazy to build a fence from scratch for the railings of the bridge. So to build a suitable railing for this path, I used the bamboo path textures, which create like this really nice rope railing when you turn them on. Now, however, bamboo doesn't really fit the desert theme in my opinion. So I used this African logs piece instead. I can't really remember the name of it, unfortunately, but this was definitely giving a more robust and rugged aesthetic to the bridge, and I'm just super happy with how it is looking. It might not be ideal looking when guests will be walking over it in the game, but it certainly does look better compared to most of the other in-game pieces that I could have used for it. I was just like, you know what, just go for it. Sometimes it doesn't have to be working perfectly fine with the guests, but hey, they are still able to walk the bridge, so I think it's all good. So since this is a desert dome, we won't be adding a super high amount of foliage and trees. Like, instead we will really focus on placing a right variety of rocks and adding some grass and like these dry shrubs here and there. Like, the new bushes from the latest free update work wonders for achieving this desert ambience. So I am super happy with these new items that we got with the free update. Even though there were not that many, I'm still very happy with the extra touch they can give to all your desert areas. So with the dome and like the surrounding areas all nicely decorated, it was time to start working on the actual habitat for the sand cats. And for some reason, I had a strong desire to create a backstage area. Even though it's super tiny and pretty much non-functional, it just adds that extra touch of realism when the keeper enters the habitat, in my opinion. So even though it's not functional, I'm still really happy that I added this little backstage area in the habitat, even though I didn't really plan to build this area in the first place. Also, with the help from the lovely Just Goran, who kindly shared some links and pictures of several sandcat habitats, I got more inspiration on how to fill everything in. But by the way, if you're seeking real-life zoo habitat inspiration for many animals in Planet Zoo, I highly recommend you visiting Just Goran's YouTube channel. He has tons of super inspiring videos showcasing real-life zoos and their animal habitats. I'm sure you will find his videos extremely useful for getting some more inspiration, especially with like the newer added animals of the latest pack. So definitely go there, and also do not forget to subscribe to his channel. Obviously, I will make sure to include the link to his channel in the description of this video so you can easily find it. So Armed with a little bit of real-life inspiration, I decided to create some natural beams and branches in the habitat using the in-game logs. Now, not only makes things look a lot more interesting in the habitat, it also obviously helps for the climbing needs of the sand cat. Talking about that, if you've seen my overview video of the arid animal pack, you may have noticed that the Zoopedia entry for sand cats mentions their ability to jump over 3 meters. It sounded a bit odd to me already when reading it, so I did some research and actually learned that sand cats aren't that good jumpers. Instead, they are pretty good climbers and runners. So it seems like Frontier may have accidentally copied and pasted information from one of the larger in-game cats without updating it for the sand cats. But feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that is what happened. Actually, don't know if they have changed it after the official launch of the Arid Animal Pack, because I recorded that Arid Animal Pack overview video with early access, so maybe it is already changed. I actually didn't double check that. So yeah, definitely correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, after I got all the branches and stuff sorted, it was time to decorate the rest of the habitat with some final finishing touches. So I threw in some more grass and rocks to make it all look more natural and realistic, while still maintaining like this desert themed vibe in this habitat. And obviously I did add a few enrichment items to make sure that the sand cat will enjoy itself a lot when staying in this cat habitat in our beautiful desert dome. Heading towards the end of this speed build video where we've almost completed the sand cat habitat. Now normally I would not jump into the game to give you a first-hand look at everything that we've done. However, thanks to the new cinematic root camera editor, I'm going to treat you instead with some stunning cinematic shots of the desert dome and the finished habitat, because I am absolutely in love with this new tool, so I really do hope you guys will enjoy it as much as I do. And of course, there's still more work to be done, because inside of this desert dome, I'll be adding more animals from the Arid Animal Pack, of course the Africa crested porcupine, and I'm also planning to create like this indoor area for the black rhino, and obviously also an outdoor section for it. But that's not all, because outside of this beautiful desert dome, we'll be introducing even more animals from the Arid Animal Pack, including of course the Somali wild ass, the dromedary camel, and I think we also have a spot for the Dama gazelle and the addax left in our city zoo. So I think it's going to be a great additional area to our city zoo, so definitely make sure to stay tuned for that. And please leave a like at the video if you guys enjoyed, and subscribe of course if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments down below your thoughts about this new city zoo episode and this new sand cat habitat in our desert dome. I really look forward to reading all your comments, and thank you all so much for watching. I really do hope you guys enjoyed, and I really do hope to see you guys on the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys!